Hey stunning fam, this is Sarah back with another DIY video. This is part 3 of our CNC table series. Unfortunately, we do have some missing footage from part 3. We took apart a hardware organizer that we made 3 years ago and installed it into the bottom of the CNC machine table. This table is 79 inches long and 49 inches wide. Due to the space that we needed in our garage, we had to say goodbye to some of our other creations, including parts of the hardware organizer. I will link the hardware organizer link below so you can see how we created that. Next, we created a laptop holder. The software for the machine creates the designs and then communicates what to carve on the material through the laptop. This means we always have to have our laptop close by when creating CNC projects. We use drawer slides, MDF scrap wood, clamps, and an old TV wall mount to create the laptop holder. We use a Forstner bit to create holes for the wall mount and use bolts, nuts, and washers to secure it into place. We also created a ledge for the laptop to sit on out of scrap wood. We are always going to keep it real with you guys about our projects. Unfortunately, a bag of dog food was dropped on this laptop holder a few months after we installed it. We ended up saying goodbye to this laptop holder and ended up installing another spot for hardware organization instead. Also, Brandon did mention that it was kind of finicky to begin with, so that's why he decided to let it go. If you didn't know this about us yet, you will now. We use lots of scrap wood and use wood to save money. So throughout this video, you will see us using lots of scrap wood. We find lots of wood on Facebook Marketplace for free or for a very low price. We also use wood from other projects as well. This is all to help us save money because wood is expensive and this economy is not thriving. So do what you gotta do. We are a lifestyle channel that features a variety of content from cooking to unboxing to anything that can be a DIY style project. We would really love it if you would like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you will be notified when we post another video. Next, we made a cabinet for the vacuum that will keep all of the dust out. We used a staple gun to secure insulation to the wood. The insulation won't make it completely soundproof, but it will decrease the volume quite a bit. We save insulation from Home Chef cooking kit boxes. This is a hack if you ever need insulation for any of your projects. Next, we created a hole for the vacuum hose to be fed through the CNC box. Up next is the creation and installation of the doors specifically for the vacuum area. We made doors out of scrap wood and made round edges with a router. We used piano hinges that we already had in our garage. There will be 2 more sets of doors, one in the back and one in the front of the CNC machine. The back ones are non-see-through but allow us to get into the back and vacuum it out as needed for maintenance purposes. The front doors will be see-through so that we can watch the machine while it's actively carving. Next, we are measuring around the CNC machine to identify measurements needed for the sound-resistant box on top. We used 2x2 wood to create the box foundation and scrap wood for the sides and the top of the box. We installed L brackets on the 2x2s to help keep the wood straight. We used a Craig rip cut cutting jig to make all of the wood cuts straight with a circular saw. Next up, we created the sides of the box. We also wanted the sides to be see-through, so we installed plexiglass windows into the wood. After cutting the squares with a jigsaw, we rounded the edges with a router. We flipped over the wood and made an indent with a router for the windows to sit in. Before installing the sides, we painted them. We wanted to save money, so we used up the spray paint first and then used regular paint after. We didn't care much about the white paint matching since the paint will be facing inward towards the machine. We used silicone to secure the plexiglass to the indented wood. Here is a little snippet of progress that has been made prior to placing on the last set of doors. If you look closely on the right side, you'll be able to see the vacuum hose hanging out of the plywood hole that will be installed through the top of the box. For the last set of doors, we created them out of 1x3 wood. We used a Craig jig to create pocket holes and cut grooves on the inside so that the plexiglass could slide into the doors. For this round, we bought thinner plexiglass and used a scoring tool to cut it. We also ran out of hinges, so we bought matte black interior and exterior hinges. The last few steps are final touches. First, we installed handles to the front doors. Next, we installed LED light strips to the top of the box. Lastly, we used cracked pepper paint from Home Depot to paint the entire table aside from the interior and the plywood hanging off the edge on the right side. You might also notice some other changes to the table in the video of painting. These changes were not filmed. We installed a dresser that we had in our guest bedroom for a couple of years into the left side to create storage for wood. Next to this area on the right side is a shelf for additional wood. As you can see, we like our wood, and it means that we can create many of our projects at a low cost. This concludes our 3-part series. We hope that you enjoyed this video and it inspires you in some way. Due to posting DIY videos 3 weeks in a row, the next 3 weeks will consist of recipe videos. After this, we will resume back to our regular schedule of bi-weekly DIY and recipe videos. See you next time.